Okay, so today I am going to teach you the assignment 2 solution of the NPTEL. So the same course, Basic Electronics, and today we are going to solve the time domain analysis of the RC circuits and RL circuits. So this is basically time domain analysis of RC and and RL circuit. Okay, so basically, before going through this question answer, so I would like to teach you some of the points. That is, in a basic circuit, maybe it a RC circuit or maybe in a RL circuit. Suppose there is a voltage source Vs and there is a resistance R and there is a capacitance C in series with it. So basically, uh, the basic thing is that in the time domain analysis, the current, that means the output or the response, may it be a voltage or may it be a current, at any point of time it can be written as a e to the power minus t by tau plus b. So suppose, okay, so I have just started the time domain analysis of the RL and RC circuits. So basically what I am going to discuss is like, so basically if there is any circuit, suppose RC or RL circuit, it can be RC circuit or it can be a basic, this is Vs source, and then there is a resistance R, and then there is a inductance L. So basically I am telling that at any point of time, suppose the voltage across the capacitor Vct, it can be represented as a e to the power minus t by tau plus b, or it may be current, that is Ict. It can also be represented as minus t by tau plus b, or it is equally actually it is equally applicable for any part of the any voltage or current across the circuit. It can be the voltage across the resistor, that can also be represented as a e to the power minus t by tau plus b, or it may be the current, that is IRT, that can also be represented as this. So basically today actually I will simplify this equation. So VCT, this is a e to the power minus t by tau plus b. Now let's say at t equal to 0, t equal to 0 times, so VCT, this becomes a e to the power 0, a to the power 0 is nothing but the 1, so a plus b. So this at t equal to 0, let is so at time t equal to 0, let us call VCT as V initial, VC initial. So VC initial is nothing but a plus b. Similarly, at time t equal to infinity, from this equation VCT, from this equation, if we put t equal to infinity, so t to the power minus infinity, that means this term goes to 0, because in this the term comes as a divided by e to the power infinity t by tau. We are putting the value of t as infinity, so it becomes 0. So this term becomes VCT is nothing but b, which we are calling is as final value. So from here we can get the function a as a equal to vci minus b, which is vci minus vcf, this value vcf, and equivalently for b we are getting vcf. So this equation is simplified as vct is equal to vc final plus, just wait for a second, vc final plus vc initial minus vc final into e to the power minus t by tau. So basically I am rewriting this equation. Instead of a we are writing this thing vci minus vcf, which is this thing, into e to the power minus t by tau, and instead of b we are writing this b equal to vcf, so vcf. So this thing will apply for any part of the for any voltage or current in any part of the circuit. So this is called as a final value theorem. At any point of time, using this equation, at any point of time we can determine the value of voltage or current in any part of the circuit. So basically I will move to the first question in the assignment. So in the circuit shown in figure, the capacitor voltage Vc at t equal to 0 minus is 0 volt. So here are some notation. T equal to 0 minus means just before t equal to 0 second, means at this point just before t equal to 0 second. And similarly if we consider t equal to 0 plus, that means after 0 second, that means the time just after t equal to 0 second. So in the question it is asked, like in the circuit shown in the figure, the capacitor voltage Vc at t equal to 0 minus is 0 volt, and then what is the time constant of the circuit? So at time t equal to 0 minus, at time t equal to 0 minus, so Vc 0 minus, that value is 0 volt. So remember always one thing, that across there should not be any abrupt change of voltage across any capacitor. The first point, one point is there should not be, that means Vc t minus should always be equal to Vc t plus. It is applicable for a capacitor, and similarly for an inductor there should not be any abrupt change of current. So at any particular point t, at any particular point t, before that if there is a current across an inductor is 5 ampere, then after that also the current should be 5 ampere. That means at the same instance, means t minus and t plus. Similarly it is applicable for the voltage across the capacitor also, Vc t minus equal to Vc t plus. So at first we are determining that at t equal to 0 minus, it is given in the question that at t equal to 0 minus the voltage across the capacitor is 0 volt. So at t equal to 0 plus also the voltage across the capacitor, that will also be 0 volt. Now they are asking that what is the time constant of the circuit. So to determine the time constant of the circuit, we will look through the capacitor, making the capacitor open circuit, and we will find the equivalent Thevenin resistance, and the time constant can be written as RTh into C in case of RC circuits. So for this case we will look through from this point of view. So we make this as open circuit, this is A and this is point B. So as I have already discussed in the earlier session, to determine the Thevenin resistance we should consider the voltage source. Here it is a constant voltage source, so we can do this as short circuit. So this part is short circuit, and then there is a resistance which is 3k. Here is also a resistance which is 5k, and here this part is open, that is capacitor. So we are looking from A and B terminal. So if any current flows from this part, so that current, suppose I, that will divide it in two part, which is I1 and I2, and then this I1 and I2 again combines to give a value of I. So basically this 5k and the 3k are in parallel. So the Thevenin equivalent resistance will be 5k parallel with 3k. 5 into 3 divided by 8, which is nothing but 15 by 8. This kilo ohm is the RTH. So the time constant of the circuit that can be written as tau is equal to 15 by 8 kilo ohm into the value of C, that is 4. So it is kilo ohm, so 10 to the power 3 is for kilo ohm, and this 4 microfarad, the value of the capacitor, so it will be 10 to the power minus 6 this much second. So this and this cancels out and comes as 10 to the power minus 3 or 60 divided by 8 millisecond. 10 to the power minus 3 means that much millisecond. So 60 divided by 8, so we should calculate 60 divided by 8. So it is coming as 7.5 millisecond. So answer D is the correct answer. So this is nothing but the time constant of the circuit. So remember one thing, that this time constant will be same at any point of time in the circuit, because the circuit topology is the same, because here the voltage is always applicable. Here the voltage that is not deactivating, it is always activated at any point of time. So this time constant is of this circuit is applicable for any point of time. So this is 7.5 millisecond. Okay, so if you have any doubt in any point of time, you may ask. You may raise your hand and I will try to reply. I will unmute you and then you can speak. Okay, you can stop me any point of time by raising your hand. Okay. Okay, so so moving forward to the second question, that in the circuit in question 1, the same circuit, what is the value of IC 0 plus? That means this value at 0 plus. What is the current flowing through it? 0 plus. So I have already told you that at any point of time, the ICT that can be written as the final value plus IC initial value minus IC final value into e to the power minus t by tau. Tau is the time constant. So we need to first so at time t equal to at time t equal to 0 minus, that means initially. So as already in the question there is like at t equal to 0, the voltage across capacitor is 0 volt. It is mentioned the capacitor across VC is 0 volt. So at t equal to 0 minus, the voltage across capacitor at 0 minus time is 0 volt. So I already told you that at any point of time the voltage should not change abruptly. So VC 0 plus, which should be at time t equal to 0 plus, which is nothing but equal to 0 minus, that means 0 volt. So 0 volt means that is basically short circuit. So the equivalent circuit becomes Vs and then 3k, here it should be 5k, and this VC 0 plus is nothing but the 0 volt, so it is short circuit, and Vs is 5 volt. So this is the VC which is 0 volt, that means it is short circuit. So now what happened? So in this circuit, if some current flows here from this point, it can see a short circuit part. Here it is 0 volt, that means a short circuit part, and here it has 5 kilo ohm resistance. So the entire current will flow through this path. The current I which flows from here will flow from here, and in the resistance there should not be any flow of current. That means I through this 5k is equal to 0. So this 5k will not consider during the calculation. So the entire current flow through this part. So the current IC through this point will be at t equal to 0 plus, at time t equal to 0 plus, at t equal to 0 plus, 5 volt divided by, this is the 3k, 3 kilo ohm, which is nothing but 5 divided by 3, 1.67 milliampere. So the correct answer should be answer A, which is 1.67 milliampere. Okay. Uh, so if you have any doubt, you may ask, you may raise your hand and ask any question. Okay. So question number 3. So now in this question the same circuit, and it is asked that what is the value of Vc at time t equal to infinity. So at time t equal to infinity, so what we have already discussed, that at time equal to 0 minus this Vc, 0 minus is nothing but 0 volt. So time t equal to 0 plus, there should not be any abrupt change of voltage, so it should be 0 minus is equal to 0 volt. So at time t equal to infinity, so at time t equal to infinity, what happens at time t equal to infinity? All the so the current through this, so the voltage across the capacitor becomes constant. So the current through the capacitor is C dVc dt. So as the voltage is constant, so the current becomes 0. That means the capacitor will act as an open circuit. So the equivalent circuit becomes at time t equal to infinity. At that point of time, drawing the circuit, so it is plus minus Vs. Here it has 3k. Here it has 5k. And now here it is the open circuit. This is VCT. That means the current through it is 0. Is 0. So now this, what is the voltage across this capacitor time t equal to infinity? Vc infinity, which is nothing but, we can use the voltage division rule. That means the 5 volt is applied. See, at t equal to infinity also the voltage is 5 volt because it is a constant. So this is 5 volt. So 5 volt into the resistance across 5. So 5 divided by this 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3. So it will come as 25 divided by 8. So 25 divided by 8 is coming as 3.125. 3.125 volt. So this is basically 3.125 volt. So it was very basic question. Okay, so this part is very interesting part, that in this same circuit, what is I1 at t equal to at a particular time, that is 15 millisecond. So I1 is what? I1 is the current flowing through R1. So what is the time? So basically at t equal to 0 minus, it is given in the question that Vc 0 minus is 0 volt. So at t equal to 0 plus, the Vc 0 plus will be same as Vc 0 minus, which is 0 volt. And at time t equal to infinity, so at time t equal to t equal to 0 plus, the okay, so mm, at time t equal to 0 plus, the circuit will be, this is 5 volt, 5 volt is applied, this is 3k, this is 5k, and here as VCD is 0, so it will be short, like what we have already discussed. So here it is short. So the entire current will flow this part, entire current will flow from here to here, so no current will flow through this side. So the current I1 is nothing but the current flowing through 3k ohm. I1 is nothing but at t equal to 0 plus time, initial time, that is 5 divided by 3. So 5 divided by 3 is nothing but 1.67 milliampere. Now at t equal to infinity, the capacitor will act as an open circuit. So the equivalent circuit becomes, this is 5 volt, this is 3k, this is 5k, and this becomes a open circuit. This is basically VCT. This is the capacitor. Okay. So now what is happening? Earlier the entire current is going through this way because there is a short circuit path, and now it has an open circuit path. So the current that will flow from this, it will flow from this side, and as this is open, that will not flow from this side. So this value of the I1 will be, I1 at infinity is equal to 5 divided by 3 plus 8, that is 3 plus 5, that is 8 kilo ohm. So 5 volt divided by 8 kilo ohm, so which is 5 divided by 8, so 0.625 milliampere. So I have already told you that at any point of time I1t can be determined as I1 final value plus I1 initial value minus I1 final value into e to the power minus t divided by tau. So I1 final value, which is at infinity, this is 0.625, so 0.625 plus the initial value means at time t equal to 0 plus, it is 1.67, so 1.67 minus final value 625 into e to the power minus t divided by tau. Tau we have already calculated in the first question. This tau is 7.5 millisecond. So here it will be 7.5 millisecond. So this is the equation. At from this equation we can find out the value of I1 at any given point of time. Now as per the question, we have to find I1 at t equal to 15 millisecond. So at t equal to 15 millisecond, from this equation I1 is equal to 0.625 plus 1.67 minus 0.625 into e to the power minus 15 millisecond divided by 7.5. So that to cancel out, that is 2. So 0.625 plus, so 1.67 minus 0.625, so it is coming as 1.045 into e to the power minus 2. So it is multiplied with e to the power minus 2. So the answer is 0.625 plus, this part comes out as 0.1414. Okay, and if we add this up, 0.625, it will come as 0.766 milliampere. So here the correct answer should be, which can also be written as 0.77 milliampere. So option D is the correct answer. So as I have already discussed, we can find out the value of current or voltage at any point of time using this equation. So do you have any doubt? Then you can ask. Okay. So okay. So I am moving forward for the next question. The switch in the figure has been open for a long time. So there is a circuit. Now we are using switching RC circuit. What is the question? The switch in the figure has been open for a long time. That means this switch is open. It is not connected to this point. And then it closes at t equal to 0. At a particular time t equal to 0, it comes, then it becomes short. What is the time constant of the circuit at t equal to t greater than 0? So at time t greater than 0, the switch becomes short. So the equivalent circuit becomes plus minus. This is the 10 volt. Here we have 2k. Here we have 3k. And at time t greater than 0, it is connected, that is closed. That means this is short. And then there is a capacitor. This is the capacitor. And here it has 2 kilo ohm. So this is 5 microfarad, the capacitor value, 5 microfarad. Okay. So now we have to find the time constant. So as I have already told, that at first we need to find out the circuit at a particular point of time. At first we need to find out the circuit at a particular point of time. So in the question it is asked like at t greater than 0 what should be the circuit. So at first we need to draw at t greater than 0 what should be the circuit. So here it is 10 volt, the 2k and the 3k is here, and as it is already told that the switch in the figure has been open for a long time and closes at t equal to 0, so it is closed. So that at time t greater than 0 it is closed, and then there is a capacitor and the rest of the part which is the resistor. So now we need to find out the time constant. So to find out the time constant, as I have already discussed, that we need to see from the capacitor point of view, that is from here, and we should find out the value of the RTH, that is the Thevenin resistance. So how to see that, the Thevenin resistance? So to find out the Thevenin resistance, as I have already discussed in the earlier lecture, so this 10 volt, as this is a voltage source, so this should be short. So this becomes short, and then here it is becomes 2k, here it is 3k, and we need to open this capacitor and we have to look through from this part. And there is 2k. So now the current that will flow from this side, that current will divide, that current, sum of the current, if current I is flowing from this side, sum of current flow from this side, that is I1, sum of the current flow from this side, which is I2, and sum of the current will flow from this side, which is I3. So these three parts, these three resistance are in parallel. We can also, to make it simpler, actually I am drawing it again. So this point is basically this point 2k, and then we have 3k, and then from here only these nodes are same, right? It is the same voltage. So from here is another 2k and A and B. I'm simplifying this circuit like this so you can understand it easily, that if any current flows, it will flow in the three parts. So these three parts are in parallel to each other. So the Thevenin equivalent voltage will be RTH. 1 by RTH is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. That is a parallel combination. The equivalent resistance of a parallel combination is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this will come as 6 with 3 plus 2 plus 3, 3, 3, 6 into 8. So RTH will be inverse of that, that is 6 by 8, that much kilo ohm. This is the value of RTH. Now in the question it is asked what is the value of time constant. So at any RC circuit, as we have already discussed, the time constant tau is equal to nothing but RTH into C. So RTH is 6.8 kilo ohm into C. C is nothing but 5 microfarad, which is 6 by 8 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 second. Because this is kilo ohm, so this is 10 to the power 3, and this is microfarad, which is nothing but 10 to the power minus 6. So this cancel out. It will comes 10 to the power minus 3. So here it is 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, or we can write it as 30 divided by 8 millisecond. So 10 to the power minus 3 second means millisecond. So 30 by 8, if we do, it will come out as 3.75 millisecond. So 3.75 milliseconds. So this is the correct answer. So till until this point, do you have any question or any doubt? You can ask. You can raise your hand. I will unmute you and I will allow you to speak. Okay. Okay. So now I'm moving forward. So in the circuit of question 5, the same circuit, what is the value at t equal to infinity? What is the value of the capacitor at time t equal to infinity? Now at time t equal to infinity, what is happening? So at t equal to 0 minus, that means initially when it is not closed, initially it is open, then the voltage across the capacitor is 0. At t equal to 0 plus means just it gets closed after just at t equal to 0 second, when this part gets closed. After that the VC value, this is basically VC 0 minus is 0 volt. So then VC 0 plus will be VC 0 minus, that will be 0 volt. Okay, now at t equal to infinity the capacitor will act as an open circuit. So capacitor will act as open circuit. So the equivalent circuit becomes 10 volt, 2k, 3k, and this becomes short because at t equal to infinity. So after t greater than 0 it is being short. So the capacitor is now open circuit, that means it is open circuit, and here there is 2k, 2 kilo ohm. So this is nothing but the VCT. So at t equal to infinity, so this is 10 volt. So at time t equal to infinity what is the voltage coming across the capacitor. Now here this is also VCT at time t equal to infinity, because this node and this nodes are all are the same. So we can solve this by using basically the KVL or KCL. So I am using the KCL at this point. So the current flow in this direction will be Vc minus 10 divided by this 2K resistor, plus the current flow in this direction Vc divided by 3, plus the current flow in this direction, which is Vc divided by 2. That all should be equal to 0 according to the KCL. So this denominator comes out as 6. So 3Vc minus 30 plus 2Vc plus 3Vc is equal to 0. 3, 3, 6 into 8, 8Vc minus 30 divided by 6 equal to 0. That means 8Vc minus 30 equal to 0, or Vc will be 30 divided by 8. So if we do 30 divided by 8, it comes out to be 3.75 volt. In this question, what is the value of the Vc at time t equal to infinity? At time t equal to infinity, the correct answer will be 3.75 volt. So do you have any question till now? Okay. So so in the next part, it is being asked that what is the value of Vc at time t equal to 8 millisecond. So at time t equal to 0 minus, this Vc 0 minus is equal to 0 volt. At time t equal to 0 plus, Vc 0 plus is equal to Vc 0 minus, which is nothing but 0 volt. And at time t equal to infinity, this Vc infinity value that we have already determined, that is 3.75. So it is 3.75 volt. So as I have already discussed, that at any point of time the VCT will be Vc final plus Vc initial minus Vc final into e to the power minus t by tau. So Vc final value is 3.75 plus the initial value, that means at t equal to 0 minus, it is 0 volt. So here will be 0 volt minus 3.75 into e to the power minus t by tau. So here it will be 3.75 minus 3.75 into e to the power minus t by tau. So what is the tau? Tau is the time constant of the circuit. So okay, so tau is the time constant of the circuit. So as we have already determined the time constant, which is 3 point, which is nothing but 3.75 millisecond. So here it will be equal to 3.75 minus 3.75 e to the power minus t by the time constant, which is 3.75 millisecond. Now in the question it is asked what is the value of voltage Vc at t equal to 8 millisecond. So at t equal to 8 millisecond, at t equal to 8 millisecond, Vc, t means at 8 millisecond, the value will be 3.75 minus 3.75 e to the power minus 8 divided by 3.75. The value of the time constant is 3.75, right? Yeah. Okay. So it is basically 3.75 minus 3.75 into, I am just calculating this part, minus 8 by 3.75 into e to the power. Yeah. So it is 0.118. So 3.75 minus this multiplication comes out as 0.444, this thing, and if we deduct with this it will come as 3.305, which is equal to approximately 3.3 volt. So this 3.3 volt will be the right answer. At t equal to 8 millisecond, the value of Vc will be 3.3 volt. So I am repeating this problem again. So in the question it is asked that at time t equal to 8 millisecond, what is the value of the the voltage across the capacitor. So what I have already discussed, that at time t equal to 0 minus, this switch is open, so there is a capacitor and with series with a series of resistor. So at time t equal to 0 second, there is no value, no voltage stored in the capacitor, so Vc 0 minus is equal to 0 volt, we can write. At t equal to 0 plus, that means just after time t equal to 0 second, this switch is closed, and as I have already told, this Vc 0 plus, that is the voltage across the capacitor at 0 plus time, that should not be at any point of time, as I have already discussed, at any point of time the voltage across the capacitor will not change abruptly. That means the voltage across the capacitor at time t equal to 0 plus second will be equal to the voltage across capacitor time 0 minus second. Just wait a moment. Okay. Okay. So as I have already told, like time t, at any point of time, the voltage Vct minus should be equal to Vct plus at any point of time. And similarly for inductor, ILT minus is equal to ILT plus. That means at any point of time, the voltage across a capacitor or the current flowing through the inductor should not change abruptly. So what we have already studied, that at time t equal to 0 minus, the voltage across the capacitor is nothing but the 0 volt. So at time equal to 0 plus, it should be same as the value at t equal to minus 0, which is 0 volt. So it is t equal to 0 volt. And at time t equal to infinity, after infinity time, the capacitor acts as a open circuit. Acts as a open circuit. So when the capacitor acts as an open circuit, in the earlier question we have solved and found out the value of the voltage across the capacitor is 3.75. So it is 3.75, and so we are using this formula. This formula I have already derived in the starting of the lecture, that at any point of time, the voltage or the current across any component of the circuit will be equal to the final value of that part plus initial minus final into e to the power minus t by tau. Tau is what? Tau is the time constant, which is equal to RC in the case of RC circuit, and which is equal to L by R in case of the RL circuit. This is the RC circuit and this is the part of the RL circuit. So here it is 3.75, the final value, this part 3.75 plus initial value is 0, and it is 0, initial it is 0, and then it is 3.75 into e to the power minus t by tau. So what is the value of tau? That we have already derived in the earlier problem, that is 3.75. So I am using this equation, this t by 3.75. So this is, so by this equation we can find out the value of t at any point of time. Suppose uh, for 4 millisecond, 5 millisecond, 6 millisecond. So in this particular question, it is asked that what is the value of VCT at t equal to 8 millisecond. So here in this equation, we are just putting the value of time t as 8, and we calculated and we found out that if the value of the voltage across the capacitor will be 3.30 volt. Okay. So similarly, in the next question, it is asked like what is the value of I2 at t equal to 6 millisecond. So in this part, at t equal to 0 minus, what is the voltage across capacitor? That is 0 volt. At t equal to 0 plus, what is the voltage across the capacitor? That is same, that is 0 volt. Vc 0 minus equal to 0 volt. So at t equal to 0 plus, the circuit becomes 10 volt, 2k, 3k, and then at t equal to 0 plus, so the switch is closed. Okay, and then here the voltage should be 0 volt, that means it is short circuit. It is short circuit, and here we have 2k. So this is the capacitor part, which is nothing but the Vc. So Vc is 0 volt, that means it is short circuit. Okay, so now at t equal to 0 time, what is the current flowing through I2? We should determine this point, because we need to find out the value of I2 at t equal to 6 millisecond. So what is happening at time t equal to 0 plus, the equivalent circuit becomes this. So whatever the current is flowing through this path, the entire current will flow from this part, because this is a short circuit path. So no current will flow from this part and this part, because it has some resistance in it. So these three are parallel basically. So it is a short circuit part. So the entire current I that will flow from this part, and here the current will be 0, and here the current will be 0. Current flow will be 0. So this I2 at 0 plus time, that means t equal to 0 time, 0 plus, is equal to 0 ampere. Okay. Now at t equal to infinity, what is happening? At t equal to infinity, capacitor becomes open circuit. So when the capacitor becomes open circuit, the equivalent circuit becomes, that is 10 volt, it has 2k, it has 3k, and it becomes the open circuit. Here it is closed, because at t equal to infinity, it is t equal to infinity, it is closed only. For greater than t equal to t greater than 0, it is 0, it is closed. So here it has 2k, and it has 2k. So now what is the, we have to find out the value of the I2 which is flowing through this I2. So how we will find out the value? So these 3k and 2k are in parallel, and that is series with 2k. Okay, so equivalent resistance of this circuit is this 2k, this means this 2k, this thing 2k, plus these 3k and 2k are in parallel, so 3k parallel 2k, 2k plus 3 into 2 divided by 3 plus 2, which is 5. So 2 plus 6 by 5, so it is 16 by 5 kilo ohm. So this is the equivalent circuit, sorry, equivalent resistance. So the current flowing through this part will be voltage divided by this equivalent resistance, that is the I should be 10 volt divided by 16 by 5, equal to 5 into 10, that is 50 by 16, this much ampere. So this much ampere is current, this much current is flowing from this part I1. So this current divides into two parts, some of the current flowing through the 3k and some of the current flowing through the 2k. So what is the current flowing through the 3k? That is the I2. and the rest of the current is I1. So how we can determine the value of I2? As I have already discussed the current division rule, that is the total current 15 by 16 into the other resistance, which is 2 divided by the total resistance 2 plus 3, that is 5. So these two comes out at 10, this is 8, this is 5, this is 4. So this part is coming out as 5 by 4. Calculating this, 5 divided by 4, it is 1.25 milliampere. So the I2 at time t equal to infinity, it is 1.25. So as I have already discussed, the I2 at any point of time is nothing but I2 final value plus I2 initial value minus I2 final value into e to the power minus t by tau. So I2 final value is 1.25. It is 1.25 plus the initial value is 0 ampere when t equal to 0 plus. So 0 minus 1.25 into e to the power minus t by tau. Now the tau is 3.75, right? 3.75, as we have already discussed in the earlier problem. Okay, so the value is 1.25 minus 1.25 into e to the power minus t by 3.75. So this is the equation of the I2 at any point of time. May it be a 4 millisecond, 3 millisecond, 2 millisecond, at any point of time. So now the question is asked, what is the value of I2 at t equal to 6 millisecond? So in this equation, we are putting the value t as 6 millisecond is equal to 1.25 minus 1.25 e to the power minus 6 by 3.75. So it is coming out 1.25 minus 1.25 into, let me calculate, it is minus 6 divided by 3.75 t to the power. So it is 0.20202. So it is 1.25 minus 0.252 approximately. So it is coming out near about 1 milliampere. If you ignore these two, that is 0.25, 1.25 minus 0.25, that is 1 milliampere. So the correct answer will be 1 milliampere. So if you have any question, please ask. Please raise your hand. I will unmute you and you can speak and ask the question. Okay. Okay. So this problem. So the next problem is, okay. So this is a circuit. The switch in the figure has been in position 1. Position 1. That means A is connected to B for a long time. So this part is connected for a long time and changes to position 2. That means A is connected to C at time t equal to 0. At time t equal to 0.3 millisecond, the switch again changes back from position 2 to position 1. So what is the time constant of the circuit? So at time t less than 0, what is the circuit? The circuit is 5 ampere and then A is connected to B, that means B here, A here, and here is 10 ohm, and this part is C. So this is 5 ohm, this is 1 millihenry, and this is 10 ohm. And at time 3 milliseconds, the circuit becomes, this is the 5 ampere. So this A is now connected to C and B is not connected, and it is 10 ohm, it is 1 millihenry, and it is 5 ohm. Okay, but but in the question it is given like, for greater than t equal to 0.3 millisecond, the switches again change back from position 2 to position 1. That means at t less than 0 and t greater than 0.3 millisecond, the circuit is this, and for 0 to 0.3 millisecond, the circuit is this, given circuit is this. So now the question is asked, what is the time constant of the circuit for t 0 to 0.3 millisecond? So for t 0 to 0.3 millisecond, we should consider this circuit. So for this circuit, we need to find out what is the time constant. So how to find out the time constant? As we have already discussed, the time constant can be found out if we open this inductor, open this terminal and look from this side. So we need to find out the value of the equivalent Thevenin resistance, and then the time constant can be written as L divided by equivalent Thevenin resistance. L is given already 1 millihenry. By this way we can determine. So how to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance for this part, this circuit? Because see that the time constant of the circuit will change according to the time. That means for 0 to 0.3 millisecond, the circuit is this. So we need to find the time constant from this circuit only, not this circuit. So we are considering this circuit, and to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance, the current source becomes open circuit. This becomes open circuit. There is a 10 ohm which is not connected here, that means that is open, and then we have 10 ohm over there, and here we have A and point B, that is we are opening this inductance. Okay, and here we have 5 ohm. Okay, so now what is happening? So we need to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance from this side. So whatever the current flow from this side, the entire current will flow from this side. Why? Because this side is open, so no current will flow from this side. Similarly, this is the open resistance, so no current will flow from this side. So the entire current I will flow from this side. So if we need to determine the RTH value, the RTH value is this 5 ohm, that is in this path. So RTH is nothing but 5 ohm. So now we need to calculate the value of the time constant tau, which is nothing but L by RTH, which is L means 1 millihenry divided by 5 ohm, that means 0.2 millisecond. So this is the time constant for t equal to 0.3, 0 to 0.3 millisecond. For 0 to 0.3 millisecond, the time constant is 0.2. So the correct answer will be 0.2. So do you have any question till this point? Okay, if not, I am moving forward. So now for the same circuit, it is asked what is the value of I3, that means this value I3 at time t equal to 0 plus. Okay, so at t equal to 0 minus, at time t equal to 0 minus, it is the 5 ampere, and A and B is connected. A and B is connected, and here we have 10 ohm, here we have 10 ohm and 1 millihenry, and it has 5 ohm. So at t equal to 0 minus, the inductor is not connected to any current source. That means the current through the inductor, that is 0 ampere. Now at t equal to 0 plus, as I have already discussed, that the voltage across the capacitor at time t equal to t plus will be equal to the time t equal to t minus, and similarly IL t plus is equal to IL t minus. So at t equal to 0 plus, the current flowing through the inductor, that will be same as IL 0 minus. So IL 0 minus is 0 ampere, so it is equal to 0 ampere. So now at t equal to 0 plus, the circuit becomes 5 ampere, this is 10 ohm, and this A part is connected to C, it is point B, so it was point C. So this C has 10 ohm. Now IL 0 plus is 0 ampere, that means the current is 0. Current 0 means it will act as open circuit, and now it has 5 ohm. So the equivalent circuit becomes this. Now this 5 ampere entire current will flow from this 10 ohm and this 15 ohm resistance, because there is an open circuit, so no current will flow through this, and this is open also, no current will flow from this side. So the current I3 which is flowing from this side, I3 0 plus is equal to 5 ampere. The entire current, this 5 ampere, is flowing from this way. So I3 is nothing but 5 ampere. So this 5 ampere is the right answer. Okay. So do you have any doubt till now? Okay. So if you don't have any doubt, so we are moving forward to the next question. Now it is asked that in the same circuit, what is the value of I3 at time t1 minus? T1 minus means T1 is what? T1 is 0.3 millisecond. So what we have already discussed, at time 0 minus, IL 0 minus is equal to 0 ampere. Similarly for t equal to 0 plus, IL 0 plus is equal to IL 0 minus, which is 0 ampere. And at t equal to infinity, So at t equal to infinity, what is happening? So if we consider that at this inductor, whatever, so okay, after t equal to 0 plus, what is the circuit? Okay, I'm drawing this circuit. Yeah. So t equal to 0 plus, the circuit becomes this 5 ampere, and this part is connected to this, which is AC. This part, this, which is B. This is 10 ohm. It is 10 ohm, and here the inductor value is open and 5 ohm, as we have already discussed in the earlier problem. Now suppose for t equal to infinity time, if throughout the infinity time this is the condition, then what should be the then how the inductor should behave? At t equal to infinity, the inductor will act as short circuit. So that means at t equal to infinity, this is 5 ampere, A, C, ten ohm, this is short, and this is 5 ohm. Okay, and this is 10 ohm. So at this point of time, this inductor acts as a short circuit. So as the inductor acts as a short circuit, the entire current will flow from this path. The entire 5 ampere will come this path, and no current will flow from this 5 ohm. I is equal to 0. Why? Because there is a short circuit path in this between. So this I3 will become 0 ampere at t equal to infinity. The entire current will flow from this path. So the I3, that is the initial value, means at t equal to 0 plus, it was 5 ampere, and I3 at infinity, it is like 0 ampere. So what I have already discussed, at any point of time I3t, that will be I3 final plus I3 initial minus I3 final into e to the power minus t by tau. So I3 final is 0 plus the initial value is 5 minus 0, 5 minus 0 into e to the power minus t by tau. Now what is the value of tau? The value of tau we have already discussed. It is 0.2 millisecond. So here it will be 5 e to the power minus t by 0.2 millisecond. Now the question asks, what is the value of t1 minus 2? So this equation, remember always, this equation is valid from 0 to 0.3 millisecond, not more than that. Because after 0.3 millisecond, this circuit becomes, so this circuit changes, and again the connection between the A and B forms, and B and A and C will not be there. So basically this value, this equation is valid for t equal to 0 to t equal to 3 milliseconds. So now as the question is asked, what is the value of I3 at t equal to 0.3 millisecond? That means t equal to t1 minus, so that value we can determine by 5 e to the power minus, this value should be 0.3 millisecond divided by 0.2. That means 5 e to the power minus 3 by 2, which is 5 into I'm calculating that one. Minus 3 divided by 2 to the power, this is 0.223. So this multiplied with 5, which is come across 1.12. So the correct answer will be option C, which is 1.12 ampere. So you all understood the problem? Okay. Okay. So I am moving forward to the next part. So in the question 9, it is asked, what is the value of I3 at T1 plus? T1 plus means T equal to just after 0.3 millisecond. Just after 0.3 millisecond. So remember one thing always. I have told you the voltage at any given point of time, given point of time, given point of time t, at any given point of time t, the voltage across the capacitor will not change abruptly and the current flowing through the inductor will not change abruptly, right? Okay. But in the same time, the current flowing through the capacitor, that can be changed abruptly, that ICT can be changed abruptly, can be changed, and similarly the voltage across the inductor, it also can be changed abruptly. That will depend upon the condition. That means that can be changed abruptly, but these two things will always be maintained in the circuit. So similar is the case for the other thing also. The current across any resistor or the voltage across any resistor, that can be changed abruptly. So in this question, I want to just show you one thing, like if we have find the value of the I3 at t1 minus, that means just before the t equal to 0.3 millisecond, that value, and this value after just after 0.3 millisecond, that cannot be the same. That can be same or cannot be the same, but we need to find out in the other way. You cannot say that, say like that just after 0.3 millisecond the value of I3 is 1.12. So in the similar manner the value of the I3 just after 0.3 millisecond, that will be 1.12. That will be wrong. So we need to determine this way. So to solve this thing, at time t equal to 0 minus, the IL 0 minus is nothing but the 0 ampere. At 0 plus, so it will be the 0 ampere, and at t equal to infinity, the equivalent circuit 5 ampere, 10 ohm, so this thing is shorted and this inductor becomes like short circuit, this thing, and 5. So this is for 0 to 2, 0.3 millisecond for this A, C, B. So whatever the current is flowing through this, the entire current will flow through this, no current flow through this. So this IL, this infinity, this becomes 5 ampere. Okay, so for this circuit, the IL T will be final value plus initial value minus final value into e to the power minus t by tau. Now the final value is 5, initial value is 0, that is 0. So it is 0 minus 5 into e to the power minus t by tau. Remember, this is just before the T1. Just before the T1, this circuit is valid. So it is coming out as 5 minus 5 e to the power minus t by tau. Okay. Now this tau we have already calculated 0.2 millisecond. Okay, at this point of time. So at this point of time, 5 minus 5 e to the power minus t by 0.2 millisecond. So we need to find out at 3 millisecond, sorry, zero point 0.3. So 0.3 millisecond, what is the value of this thing? So it is 5 minus 5 e to the power minus 3 by 2. So what is the value? So it is 5 minus 5 into 0.223. So 5 minus 1.12, which is 5 minus 1.12, which is 3.88. Okay, so this value is the IL. So as I have already discussed in this, that the value of the IL, current flowing through the inductor, will not change abruptly. So at time t equal to t1 plus, this IL t1 plus should be equal to IL t1 minus. So IL t1 minus is nothing but 3.88 ampere. So it will be 3.88 ampere. So IL t1 plus is the 3.88 ampere. So IL T1 plus means we need to find out I3 T1 plus, not IL T1 plus. So we have already found out the IL T1 plus is this. So after this T1 plus, again the circuit becomes, as I have already discussed, that this circuit after T1 plus, this A and B again connects with each other and A and C is disconnected. So the circuit becomes 5 ampere, and again these two are connected, A and B. So this is 10 ohm and this is the 10 ohm, and here it has the L inductor which is 1 millihenry, and here we have 5 ohm. So now we have found out that it is t greater than t1, that means from t equal to t1 plus, after t1 plus. So now IL T1 plus we have already discussed, and the current flowing through this is I3. So this entire current, this current will flow from this point, because there is no path to go and come, because it is, here is only one path. So if the current goes, it cannot come, so the current cannot flow through this path, and here it is open circuit. So this current will flow entirely through this part. So this I3 is basically negative of IL T1 plus, which is negative of 3.88 ampere. Do you have any question? If you have, you can raise your hand. I will unmute you and you can ask any type of question. So basically what we did, we have to find out the value at a particular point, that is T1 plus. So basically we will go we will solve this problem using this technique. So this IL T1 T minus is equal to IL T plus. So basically what we have done, at T equal to 0 minus, the IL is 0 ampere. So I at T equal to 0 plus, it should be equal to IL 0 minus, which is 0 ampere. And again from for this T equal to 0 to 0.3 millisecond, so this the IL comes as 5 milliampere. So this final value is 5 milliampere. So this ILT equation is comes like this. So we have calculated that at 0.3 millisecond the particular value is 3.888 milliampere. So this value should be at T equal to T1 plus also, because this IL I have already discussed, IL T minus is equal to IL T plus. So whatever current is flowing just before the 0.3 millisecond, the same amount of current will flow after just after 0.3 millisecond. So it will be 3.88 ampere. So now after 0.3 millisecond, the entire circuit becomes this thing. So here what is happening, whatever the current is flowing through ILT, that current should flow through the IR. So the I3 is basically nothing but minus of ILT. So this is nothing but minus of ILT1 plus, and ILT1 plus we have already calculated as 3.88 ampere. So it will be minus 3.88 ampere. So the correct answer is this one. So if you have any doubt, you can ask or stop me at any point of time. I will discuss it in another round. Okay. Okay, fine. So moving forward to the next question. In the circuit of question 9, what is the time constant for t is greater than t1? So for t is greater than t1, the equivalent circuit becomes, this is 5 ampere and this thing is again connected with this thing, right? This is A, this is B. This is t greater than t1 means from 3 millisecond to infinity, right? So here it has 10 ohm, that is C, it is 10 ohm, it has 1 millihenry and it has 5 ohm. So this is the equivalent circuit. So now we have to find out the time constant. So the time constant as I have already discussed, the time constant RC circuit can be written as RTH into C, and here it is the RL circuit, it is for RC circuit, and here it is for RL circuit. For RL circuit, time constant is written as L divided by RTH, right? Okay, so we need to find out the RTH. To find out the RTH, we open from this part A and B, and we will look from this inductor part, and we need to find out the value of the RTH. So this equivalent circuit is, so this equivalent circuit becomes, so sorry, so this 5 ampere is current source, so this need to be open circuit. So this is 10 ohm, this is 10 ohm. So this is the point A, this is the point B, and this is the 5 ohm. So we are looking from this part, this terminal. So whatever the current will flow from this part, no current will flow from this part because this is open, and no current will flow from this part also, because here if the current moves in one direction it has to come out, but it is not possible in the one direction. It should not it is not possible to flow the current in one direction only and not coming out. So no current will flow in this direction, so the entire current will flow from this direction. So this I into RT, so this RTH will nothing but the resistance, this resistance. So RTH is 5 ohm. Now the time constant tau will be RTH, sorry, that is L divided by RTH. So L is 1 millihenry divided by 5 ohm, so it comes out at 0.2 millisecond. So 0.2 millisecond. So surprisingly, actually, after t when t is greater than t1, then the time constant is 0.2 millisecond, and similarly when there was for t 0 to 0.3 millisecond, the time constant is same like 0.2 millisecond. So it is actually sometimes it should not be the same. So you should calculate at the base of the time. You should first draw the circuit, what should be the circuit, and then follow the same rule to determine what is the value of the time constant. So it cannot be the same at different instant of time. So for this question it is same, like for t greater than t1 it is 0.2 millisecond, and also for t less than t1, from 0 to t1 it is also 0.2 millisecond, but in some cases it might not be equal. Okay, so now the question 14, in the circuit of question 9, what is the value of I3 at t equal to 0.4 millisecond? So okay, so at time t equal to 0 minus, the IL 0 minus is 0. At time equal to 0 plus, we have already discussed this thing, and now we have already determined this thing, that at time 0.3 millisecond, at time t1 minus, this IL t1 minus is equal to 3.88 ampere. So 3.88 ampere, and similarly for IL t1 plus should be equal to IL t1 minus, which is 3.88 ampere. We have determined this thing so far. Okay, so from this problem we have determined this thing, that IL T1 minus is 3.888 milliampere, and IL T1 plus is equal to 0.338 milliampere. Okay, so now at t greater than T1 plus, t greater than T1 plus, the circuit becomes what we have already discussed, 10 ohm. This is also 10 ohm. Here is a inductance, that is 1 mH, and this is 5 ohm, and this part is connected to this. So whatever current is flowing through this will be the negative to this part. So I3t is basically, for t greater than t1 plus, I3t basically equal to minus ILT, right? By that way we determine that at t1 plus the I3 t1 should be, t1 plus should be minus 3.88 ampere, right, in the previous question. So now what is happening? So at t equal to t1 plus, the ILT value is 3.88 ampere, and at t equal to infinity, after infinite time, what happens? Whatever the charge that is stored in the inductor, that will flow from this part, and this ILT becomes 0. ILT becomes 0. So IL at any point of time is equal to IL final plus IL initial minus IL final e to the power minus t by tau, right? So this final value is nothing but 0 plus initial value is 3.88 minus 0 into e to the power minus, this t should be t minus t1, that means, sorry, t minus t1 by tau, because after t1 it is changing, after t1 plus, because the initial condition is after t1 plus, this initial condition is after t1 plus. So in this equation, t by tau, it should be t minus t1 by tau. So this is t minus t1 by tau. Okay, so this is the ILT. So I3t is basically, after this t plus t1 plus, at any point of time, I3t is nothing but the negative value of ILT. So ILT is what? 3.88. It is 3.88 e to the power minus t minus t1 by tau. So this will be minus ILT. ILT is 3.88. So minus 3.88 e to the power minus t minus t1 by tau. Okay. So tau we have already calculated. It is also 0.2 second after t greater than t1, 0.2 millisecond. So this is minus 3.88 e to the power minus t minus t1 by 0.2 millisecond. Okay. So now it, in the question it is asked what is the value of I3 at t equal to 0.4 millisecond. So at 0.4 millisecond, at 0.4 millisecond, I3t will be minus 3.88 e to the power minus 0.4 minus t1 is 0.3, right? 0.3 millisecond by 0.2 millisecond. Okay, so what is the value coming? Minus 3388 in 3.88 minus 0.1 by 0.2. So minus 3.88 into this value comes out to be minus 0.1 by 0 by 2 e to the power is nothing but 0.606, and multiplied with 3.88, it will give minus 2.35. So what is the value of I3t? It will be minus 2.35. So do you have any doubt regarding this solution? If you have any doubt, you may raise your hand. You can stop me and just ask the question. Okay, fine. Rangita, are you able to hear me? You just raise your hand. And Charishma? Hello. Yeah, I'm allowing you mic. So have you understood, or do you have any problem, or you have any confusion regarding understanding something? Or
No, sir.
okay, okay. So if you have any doubt, you just stop me and I will discuss that thing again. Okay, okay, okay. So this is the final question. So in the same circuit, what is the energy lost by the inductor from t equal to 0.3 millisecond to 0.4 millisecond? Okay. So what we have already discussed, right? So we have already determined the value of at t equal to t1, that is t1 minus 0.35. The ILT value is, what is the value? It is t equal to t1 plus is 3.88, 3.88 ampere, right? And at, that is t equal to zero point 0.3 millisecond. Similarly, for zero point 0.4 millisecond, we have already discussed the value of the I3T is minus 2.35 ampere. So ILT I have already discussed, it is minus I3T because the equivalent circuit becomes this, whatever the current flowing through the I3T, that will be minus of ILT. So that is coming as 2.35 ampere. So the ILT at 4.4 millisecond, it is 2.35 ampere, and ILT at ILT at 0.3 millisecond is coming as 3.88 ampere. Okay, yeah. So now in the question it is asked, what is the energy lost by the inductor for t equal to 0.3 millisecond? So what is the meaning of the energy lost of the inductor? So what we have studied, like you can see from this answer also, that at time t equal to 0.3 until 0.3 millisecond, this 5 ampere is connected to the inductor because this A and C is shorted. So from this 5 ampere source, 5 ampere current source, this inductor is getting charged, and once it is getting charged, if this 5 ampere current source is connected to the inductor for t equal to infinity time, so the entire this current will come through to this part, and this the value of the inductor at t equal to infinity, that would also be 5 ampere, but it is connected till t equal to 3 millisecond. So we have already found out that till t equal to 0.3 millisecond, the inductor has the current of 3.88 ampere. So till that point it getting charged, and after 0.3 millisecond, this switches again connected to A to B, and this becomes disconnected, A and C becomes disconnected, and A is connected to B again. So now what happened, like this part of the circuit is isolated from this part, this 5 ampere source. So basically whatever the energy that is stored in this inductor, that is going to dissipate through this resistor. So till at t equal to infinity time, if it is dissipated for the infinity time, so ultimately the value of the IL, the inductor value, that the current through the inductor value, that will come across 0 ampere. That means all the energy that are stored in the inductor, that will be dissipated through the resistor. But it is in the question it is asked, like it is dissipated till t equal to 0.4 millisecond only. So till t equal to 0 t equal to 0.4 millisecond, the current through the inductor reaches 2.35 ampere. Okay, so till this point it is getting dissipated. So now the question is asked, what is the energy lost by the inductor? So basically the energy loss is nothing but whatever the power that is so the power of the inductor multiplied with time, and if we integrate this thing we get the energy, right? So power is nothing but the Vt into It, right? V into I. So the we need to find out the value of the across the inductor. So VLT into ILT into dt, right? So we know the equation VLT, voltage across the inductor, is nothing but L di dt. So it will be L dilt by dt into ILT dt. This VLT is replaced by L dilt by dt into ILT by dt. So now this dt and dt cancels out. So it is L ILT, right? So we can L write as ILT into d of ILT, right? So if we consider that this ILT as x, so what we can write? L x into dx, right? And L is what? L is a inductor value, that is a constant value. So L can be come out from the integration part, and we have x dx, right? So for a particular time, so 0.3 to 0.4 milliseconds say, so L x square by 2 the integration, and it should be 0.3 to 0.4, right? So similarly here we have substituted x ILT as x. So similarly from there we can write it is L is coming out, so it will be IL square T divided by 2, right? X square by 2 IL square divided by 2, where this thing is the interval is from 0.3 millisecond to 0.4 millisecond. So it will be 0.3 millisecond to 0.4 millisecond. So it is half into L, L is 1 millihenry, into IL at this point 0.4 millisecond square minus IL at 0.3 millisecond this square, right? So half into 1 millihenry into what is the value of IL as 0.4 millisecond? 2.35 square. So here it will be 2.35 square minus this is 3.88, right? 3.88 square. So it will be 3.88 square. So this much millijoule, because it is millihenry, right? And it was in ampere, so it will becomes as millijoule. So half into, so 2.35 square, that will come out 5.5225 minus 3.88 square. 3.88 square, this is 15.0544, this millijoule. So in 5, so half into 9.53 millijoule, which is 4.76 millijoule approximately. Okay, so in this equation it is coming as minus, so minus implies that energy is getting dissipated, right, from 0.3 to 0.4. So the energy which is lost from the by the inductor, that is coming as minus, that means the energy is getting dissipated. If it comes plus, that means the energy is getting stored. Okay, so what is the value of that energy dissipated? That is 4.76 millijoule. So the correct answer will be option D, 4.76 millijoule. Okay, so these are basically the all the questions of the assignment to the previous year. So I have discussed one by one, already discussed. So if you have any doubt all over, you can just ask or raise your hand. So yeah, actually in this chat box also I am sharing my YouTube link through which you can see the videos later also. So whatever I taught you, I just upload it over there. So you can also see from there. Okay. So that's all for today's session. So in the next session is again the next Tuesday from 6 to 8. So I will start the session sharply at 6. So I will solve the assignment 3. Okay, for today's session. Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, I am ending this meeting. Okay.